Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is MS Collections. We are going to be making these beautiful ruffles in this video. In one of my videos, I already showed us how to draft the pattern. It's an off-shoulder bustier pattern, and on it we created this ruffle. Okay, you're going to enjoy this video. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get notified when I drop new videos. And of course, feel free to like, share. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment sections and I'll attend to you. Okay, so let's go over to the making. Okay, so these are the materials I use for the dress. This is the satin. I use this for the lining of the dress. This is the organza fabric. I have about 5 yards here, although I didn't exhaust all for the ruffles, but this is what I'm using for the ruffles. You see, as you can see, I folded it. And then this is the velvet. This velvet material is stretchy. Okay, so I'll be using the satin underneath, so that before I work with it. Okay, I've also gone ahead to cut the pattern of the pattern that we are using for the work. I cut it on the fabric. I cut one piece of the velvet and 2 pieces of the satin, because I'll be placing the velvet on the satin. Since it's stretchy, I cannot work with it directly. Yes, so I have to place the satin on the velvet and then use the remaining piece of the satin to turn it as the lining. For the front piece, I've gone ahead to iron my breast pad to it. Okay, that's to strengthen that area for the bust. I just ironed it on the bust area, and that is the breast pad I use. This is what is called here. I may not know what is called in your area. This is the satin. I've just placed the satin, folded it. I would be cutting out the pieces for the ruffles. I use 3 inches for the ruffles. Although at some point in the video, in the making rather, I cut out 6 inches bigger piece. I wanted to, just mix the size when placing the ruffles. Where exactly, it was not certain at the beginning, but at the end of the video you see what I did with the bigger piece. Okay, so the smaller pieces are just 3 inches wide in width, and I just cut it all through. But I also decided to cut about the bigger piece, just about 3 pieces, to use for a final placing of the ruffles. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just taking time to cut out these ruffles so neatly, and you see I'm using one to cut out the rest so that I have it straight. I don't have inconsistencies in the sizes. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, and please take note, I'm using just one to cut it out. Okay, so this is me. I've gone ahead to place the velvet on the satin. Yes, since it's stretchy, like I said earlier, we cannot work on it directly, so I just hemmed it round. And when making it, take note, I don't sew on the stretchy side. I hemmed it on the satin, since the satin is not stretchy. If you sew on the stretchy side, you may get it twisted. Okay, so this is me showing us what I did all around. Okay, yes. And the next thing is the organza. I went ahead to hem it down, folded it down. This is not all of it, but this is the one I've done for now. I just want to show us. I folded it down and I ironed. Ironing is very important. Okay, very, very important. So I hemmed it down and I ironed it, and I'm going over to the machine to draw the gathers as so. Yes, so for me, when I'm drawing my gathers on the machine, especially when I'm working with organza and net fabric, I like to draw it on the machine. I don't wait till I draw the lines, because before drawing the gathers, I've noticed that you may have the thread kind of twist and it may get hooked. So for me to be in better control, I just, as I'm sewing, I draw the gathers. I feel it's easier and it's faster, and you don't have the thread cutting at some point, since you can control it right on your machine. So I did this for all the ruffles. I drew the gathers on all the ruffles. It is the gathers that will, make the organza become ruffle like, and this is what I did all through. Okay, yes, please, if you've not liked this video, do not forget to like, click that subscribe button, smash it, please. And also, if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section and I will attend to them. All right, yes, this is the end of one piece. I'm just going ahead to cut it out as so, and draw the gathers as so. And do not forget, I did this for all the ruffles as well. Over to the bust here. I'm turning the centerpiece, one side of the bust to the centerpiece, and it has to be carefully done. You can see the way I'm intentionally aligning it, okay, so that we don't have excesses at the tip. Make sure you align it, and then before you sew, and I'm just using 1/4 inch of allowance to sew all through. And then I'll also be doing the same for the side piece. Look at how it's looking. I'll be doing the same for the other piece. Make sure it's properly aligned. Trim off any excesses that you don't need. When you're sewing your bustier, you just have to align it so you don't have the bust sitting at different places. Okay, now can you see what I'm doing? Yes, and make sure your allowances are even. Okay, this is what it looks like after I'm done. Look at that. I'll do the same thing for the back piece. Remember, for the back side we have 4 pieces. We have one and the center piece, half of the center piece, and one side piece, because there's a zipper allowance. So I just did the same thing. I joined one center piece to the other side piece as so, and the same thing, aligning it, and I'm sewing all through. As you can see, was that what I did for the velvet material is the same thing I'll do for the lining. I'll just do the same for the lining. I'm sorry I lost some parts of this video on how I turned it. I really am sorry, but I'll just be describing for us what I did. Exactly what is done on this is what I did on the lining, and then I just turned it. Okay, I just turned it. Probably I'll do a video on how to turn your lining. This is it finished. I turned the lining on the fabric. If you do not know, just watch. I'll turn your notification bell, so I'll drop a more detailed video on how to turn your lining with the fabric. But this is it. I will go ahead to close the zipper allowance and shape the dress. Okay, you just shape it to your client's measurement as so. The same thing with the ruffles. The ruffles are already done. This is the bigger piece I spoke about, which is like twice bigger than the smaller piece. I'll use it at some point in the dress. I also lost this part, and I'm really sorry, but this is where I cut. You can see that upper part is a length of 6 inches. I just folded into 2. Look at how I sew. That is the armhole. I shaped the armhole, and then I just attached it at the top of the dress. Remember, we spoke about off shoulder length. This is the point where you use it, and look at the way I'm folding. So you just attach it up of the dress, top of the dress, and close it as so at the sides, and then you'll be sewing it like this. I lost that video, and I'm just trying to explain what it was done. Look at, just when you watch, if you don't understand, just take it back, and then you understand the way I'm placing it. Yes, so that excess at the armhole is for the shoulder blades to fit in. Once you can get the client's off shoulder round, just cut it exactly and fix it on the dress, leaving that excess at the armhole round for the shoulder blades to sit in. I really hope you understand. I'm just trying to show us the ruffles I've done. Yes, please, if you're lost at any point, just rewind the video back, and you will at least get a more better understanding of what I've done. Now I'm going to be placing the ruffles on that satin at the top. Okay, you can that it is that satin on it that I'll be placing these ruffles. Okay, so that's why it's important to get that round, so that every placing you want, you can place it at whatever, however you want it. You see the bigger piece, at first I wanted to use it up, but I realized that it was going to affect the client's chin, so I decided to change the location in the final output. You see that I placed it down, but this is what I'll be doing. I went to the machine and just place it as so. You have to be careful when joining the gathers, or you're matching correctly so that your work is neat. And this is what the dress looks like when I was done. Can you see this looking so beautiful? Yes. So I really hope you learned from this video. That's the glimpse of the dress. So you can see that bigger piece, I placed it down and the client really loved it. So please do not forget to keep watching MS Collections, and like the video, subscribe, let your notification bell be turned on so you get notified when I drop new videos. Okay, I really hope you've learned from this video. This is how you go about it. The dress is looking so beautiful in white. Oh my, the client really loved this dress when she tried it on. So stay tuned. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.